What is a very minor thing you do in secret, but people might look at you differently if they found out? About 200 or 300 times per day, my mind wanders to a bad memory, or something I'm ashamed of, or a stressful thought, and I say that quote no. When I'm on my own, I normally vocalize it. When I'm with people, I can nearly always suppress it, but not always. I often worry that this is a start of mental illness, and then I go back quote no, because of that thought. Sucks. Edit. Sorry for not knowing how to mark edits properly. I'm amazed at the responses to this. I honestly thought it was a thing that was specific to me. It would appear not. I've never told anyone about this, ever. Not even my wife. Especially not my wife. I used to be worse. When I used to have these stress moments, I would imagine putting a pistol to my head, and I'm English, only ever seen a pistol once, and pulling the trigger. I'd even do the physical motion of putting my fingers to my head and pulling a trigger. Also, banging my head with my hand was, and still is, fairly routine. Crazy shit. But if you're doing it too, then you're not alone. That may or may not make you feel better. I've had some great advice from this casual comment, and I'm going to try to get it sorted, so thank you all very much. I'm a big movie fan. This itself is not that much of an issue, but after I watch a movie I pick one character and pretend like I'm acting as that character. Acting is something I always wanted to do, going in a whole different direction now and acting as whatever character when I'm alone in my room and imagining I was the actor they hired and being famous and comparing me and the original and seeing if I had done a better job. Often stop in the middle of doing anything, perhaps around once a week, and force myself to remember. You will remember this moment. All I'm doing is sitting watching TV or doing the dishes. I still have some super vivid memories because of this. I talk to myself, but instead of thinking out loud, I'll impulsively say a few lines of dialogue to myself and then start building a conversation between two fictional characters on that. Most of the time it ends up pretty inane, but the freeform world building is pretty cool. I drive Uber and Lyft, and I pretend it's a video game sometimes. The map of the city on my phone is like my minimap in the corner of my screen. When I get a ride notification it's like accepting a quest, and the quest is always an escort mission. But unlike most video games the escort quests don't suck in real life. And of course I get rewarded with gold at the end. Sometimes when I'm talking to someone, and it's my turn to listen I start thinking I wonder if this person can read my mind, then I start thinking of crazy depraved stuff to see if I can get a reaction out of the other person while they're talking, and I'm nodding my head in understanding all the while thinking I picture you doing Sudoku in a bathtub full of whale semen, and if I don't get any type of reaction, then I just deduce that they know what I'm doing, and they can read my mind, and that they're really good at hiding it, and now they know all this crazy stuff I just thought about them. I do this half a dozen times a day at least. I've always been convinced that everyone can hear my thoughts, like it is on some kind of intercom. They just never react, because everyone has been conditioned about me and taught to act casual around me. This is why babies cry near me, because they don't know where the booming voice is coming from, and drunk people last out because they forget. Sometimes I'll make an unbearable squealing noise in my thoughts to try to F with people, but they usually don't seem affected. Only the weak-willed ones run. I secretly think the world is a simulation and assure myself that no matter what's going on this is just a test to make me a stronger spiritual being and to be nice to everyone, because we are all one. I also like playing with sticky things like price tags and packaging glue once they have been removed. You can roll them around between your fingers. It just feels so right. I tap my feet to the beat of every single song I listen to without failure, then silently judge those who can't correctly tap their foot in time. Also when I walk behind someone I try to link up my leg movements with them, so our feet touch the ground at the same time. Pretty sure people would think I'm a mindless wind-up toy if they knew. Choke up at the slightest emotional event, especially in movies. I'm 6 foot 10 inches, bald, and look like the stereotypical bouncer in every movie, except larger. Since I became the daddy to 2 little girls, now 9 and 11, though, I'm secretly the biggest softie ever. Use the moon as a satellite. Every night, I go outside and talk to an old friend. But they aren't there with me, they are far away, sometimes 1,000 miles away. I have this belief that they can't literally hear me, but they can sort of just feel that I'm talking to them and sending them good vibes. I leave them messages in the moon, so whenever they look up at the sky, they'll know that I was thinking of them. Talk to myself. Play out how to act normal in situations. It's lowered how nervous I get when talking to new people a ton. I always catch myself doing it and think this is weird. You know it's weird. Stop it. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Also thanks to everyone who commented saying they do this too or think it's normal. You Daryl MVP. Now most of us know we aren't cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I always tell myself that I'm one of the lucky crazes that can still pretend not to be crazy and people believe it while I'm acting out situations of how to be normal around other people. Welcome to the Totally Not Crazy Club. Dude, I'm the same way. I talk to myself in my mind and hype myself up. Debate with myself usually about social interactions or if I want to talk to that girl. Usually the voice in my brain is more outgoing, but my IRL voice chickens out a lot. So the inner voice is mostly displeased with my choices. I pretend I'm a YouTube star and can record my thoughts. In other words, I think with the perspective of talking to a crowd of people. I don't wash my jeans very often. Like once a month will I wash my 3 pairs of jeans. Edit. I'm very happy that I'm not alone and also that my jeans are happier. I'm gonna cut down on how often I wash them to about every 4 months now. My now husband gave me a penguin pillow pet in college for when my internship was on the other side of the country I would still have something to cuddle. I'm almost 30, work in corporate America, and travel every week outstate. You can be damn sure that penguin is in my carry-on and slept with every night, haha. Edit. My husband now knows my Reddit name. And thanks for the gold. 38 years old man here. No one besides my wife knows that yes, I still sleep with my baby blanket. I like to use it to cover my eyes bar night for that full blackout effect, but morning I'm usually snuggling it. Sleeping is the one time of day when you let all your guards down and so just relax and drift off. Whatever you can do to help, that is fine in my book. I'm a writer. I recite dialogue for characters out loud when I'm alone because I just want to make sure it sounds natural and flows correctly. Sometimes it's because I'm trying to figure out how to transcribe an accent correctly. I'm kind of proud because I've gotten pretty good at reciting lines and mimicking accents. I also suffer from mental illness. So, you know, if somebody actually walked in on me pacing around and talking to myself in different voices, some calls may be made. When I'm having a hard time falling asleep I start imagining being 11 again and getting accepted to Hogwarts. From getting the letter, to picking my wand, to getting sorted, what kind of adventures I'll have, etc. It has a 100% success rate of calming my brain and getting me to sleep within half an hour. I usually fall asleep around the time I'm being sorted. Once I lock that bathroom door, I stare down the toilet and point sternly right at it. Then I strut over to the mirror and pull my pants down all the way while taunting the toilet. Yeah, you like what you see, you effing loser? You're about to eat my sh. You're gonna eat my sh, you effing bitch ass toilet. Then I strut some more right over the toilet and make sure to hold my farts until my butt cheeks have fully engaged. Oh ho ho. But once I'm seated, I'll let slip the dogs of war and I yell at the toilet the whole time. I get up, wipe partially, then leave the bathroom without flushing. I give it about an hour. I'll let the toilet just sit there with my poops in its mouth. Then I come back and flush it all down. When I was a kid I played a lot of imaginary games. Most revolved around being this magical / cyborg hero that traveled the universe saving people and having adventures. As I got older I kept updating the hero, his backstory and his power / abilities based on things I saw on TV or that I came up with that I thought were cool. I also liked doing what if scenarios after reading books or watching movies and TV shows where I would play out how my hero would handle the events from the story. I'm 31 years old now and I still find myself doing both of those things from time to time. I sleep with my little yellow baby blanket every night. My mom wrapped me in it as a baby, and it has been in every bed I have ever slept in ever since. My boyfriend has never said anything about it until one day when we were making the bed. At the end, he gently put it on my pillow and then turned around to get ready. I asked him what he thought about it, and he just said, "I don't think it's weird. You love it." It's nice to know he doesn't mind. As a kid I used to be scared that one day I'd have to put my yellow blanket away for good. Now I don't worry about that anymore. Please like and subscribe for more edit videos.